Yeah, g'day Bush Camping Tools. Well, I want to talk about this pack. I did a short on it a little while ago, and I just got it as a new day pack, and it's a Helikon Tex product. Excuse me there. Yeah, so as you know, I'm pretty much dressed by these guys. Well, they're not paying for it, but, wear their pants, their jackets, using their pouches, everything. By the way, those pouches that you see me wearing quite often, on my belt, they attach onto these pals webbing on here. This is just another belt I've got shoved in there as a quick release belt. Didn't come with the pack. But anyway, yeah, the pack comes with a bit of elastic on here, some Velcro in here. The hairs in here, so you can attach Velcro settings. It's a pretty much bare bones pack. I might start talking about what I don't like about the pack to begin with, and why I'm saying that. You might say, well, if you don't like something about it, why did you buy it? Well, there's a price range for these things, and as I said, I don't discuss price on the channel, but of course it affects everyone, including me. I'm not immune from things at different prices, and you get what you pay for with packs. So for example, in this pack, I have to say the pack is excellent, but there's a but. You know what they say before the but, and you just can't help it, because that's what it is, and that is the straps that come down here. Well, the webbing is just sewn into the top of this, and while that's really strongly bar tacked, let's have a closer look at that. So this is one of the shoulder straps here. You can see this is what they call bar tacking, in a cross section across there like that, stitching. It's very heavily sewn there, and this webbing is really heavy duty webbing. It's the same on that one, of course, there. But this strap does not continue down to the lower strap. Now if it continued on more expensive day packs I've got, like for Junior Bush Camping Tools from Deuter, this strap continues all the way down here of the down onto here, so there's no way, it can't break. This would be the first point of weakness here, and although I'm saying, it's really heavily stitched, it's just stitched into the back of the thing there, so eventually this will probably fail. But then for the amount of goulash, I forked out for it, it's not a super expensive pack, but okay, provided that doesn't wear so much, and it's not a huge wear point there, it's only going to be rubbing on clothing over time. Let's look at some of the things I really did like about the pack and what convinced me to buy this pack as opposed to others in a similar range. Well, all packs, whether it's a day pack or a serious pack for the mountains, good packs, the stitching is always covered with some webbing, and you see here on the inside the stitching is indeed covered by some extra thick webbing, so it cannot wear, and the stitching can't come undone where there's a joint, and that's really important. So we see that here as well. Yep, and that's an important thing to look for, I believe, when you're choosing a pack. The other thing to look for is the stitching neat, and yes, the stitching is really neat. I don't see any overruns at all. I spent a long time in the shop scrutinizing it. No overruns on the stitching. It's all neat everywhere on this pack, and that's really important, right down to, this is the chest strap here. Okay, they're using like a classic Fastex type buckle. In this case, the brand is Wu Jin. Never heard of it in my life, but it's a company name, and they're proud enough to put their company name on it. And also these guys, Helikon Tex, put this name of these buckles they're using on the label of the pack with YKK zippers. It's genuine Cordura material, which I like to see. Anyway, there's a bit of good ventilation here in the back. You've got this slight recess in here, so it's not resting directly against your back. I haven't had this on for very large journeys yet, maybe under 10 kilometers. Yeah, and my back's not sweating on there anyway like that, and I found it quite comfortable. Now, the other cool thing about this pack is there's an single aluminium stay in there, so you can actually mold this pack exactly to your back, which is really great, and that comes out. Right, this is the area in underneath of here where you can put a hydration pack in there too, and it's this hard plastic back behind there, so if there's condensation forming, it's not going to go directly into the material on your back. That's a pretty smart idea, and this helps with some lateral stability of the pack too, having this hard plastic sheet in there. Yeah, completely bare bones. It's got enough Pals webbing on there to stick a small knife or some utilities on the side or some pouches. It's only for, they say, about 10 kilos. I wouldn't load it up with more than 10 kilos anyway. I've had it pretty much loaded to 10 kilos, and it's not uncomfortable because you've got a waist strap, pretty good adjustable chest strap on it as well too. It's got quite a good sturdy hauling loop on there, which I like. It's sewn in quite well into there, so you could, for hiking, short day hikes, this could be a good little pack. Because you'll be able to haul this up difficult climbs, maybe where it's easier to haul the pack than to climb with it on. Yeah, and you need a reliable haul loop on your pack, and because it's out of pretty abrasion-resistant Cordura, it's 500 denier. It should give you some, lifetime there, and it's it's the same material down the bottom there. So I think it's as I said, I looked at a lot of day packs. I just needed another day pack. The other Deutsch is too big really for that, and this kind of met the requirements. It's not the only one, but because there's just such a bazillion day packs out there, you can choose from. But I think it's pretty good, and you've got like buckle closures on the side too, because there's zippers that go around there. The last thing you want if you overload it, the zippers can start to come undone. It's possible. When you've got dual zippers, I always pull them to one end. I never have them both at the beginning, because then they can go like that. So you pull them to one end and there's no way they can come undone, but you do have these extra closures on here, so you can close that up. Yeah, so Helikon Tex 10-litre day pack, an EDC. I think they call it their EDC model. Totally recommend it. Bush camping tool. See you.